Welcome to video 4 of Chapter 10, Part 2, Muscle Physiology. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the types of muscle contraction. So we're going to have three major categories: muscle tone, isotonic, and isometric. So muscle tone basically are small amounts of tension in a muscle due to weak contractions of motor units. These are almost involuntary, so we really don't have to think about this. Muscle tone is maintained. This is under brain and spinal cord control. And this relates to the constant shifting of our bodies. So alternating contractions with no to little movement. So your muscles are maintaining a little bit of tone. This relates to your posture, which is a function. So your muscles are contracted, but there is just a little bit of tension in your muscles. So they are primed and ready to go when you need to move them. And our bodies just control this internally. Now, a lack of muscle tone is called flaccid. So this is no muscle tone. So somebody that has been paralyzed, their muscles no longer can receive any signals to contract. So there are no weak contractions. There's absolutely no muscle tone, and the muscle is flabby. So a lot of times you can move somebody's arm or leg and there's just a little tiny bit of resistance because they are maintaining muscle tone. There's a small amount of tension. But you could pick up the muscle of somebody, or the arm or a limb of somebody that has no muscle tone, and it just is going to feel different. It's going to feel lifeless. You're going to be able to pick it up and then it just falls automatically. So this happens when muscles are damaged or the nerve is cut, severed. So the nerve going to the muscle is cut or severed. So flaccid muscles decrease in size. A big thing with muscle is if you do not use it, you lose it. So having this muscle tone helps maintain our muscle function. It helps maintain the size of a muscle, and flaccid muscles decrease in size. If you've ever broken a bone where those muscles are no longer working, there might be a little bit of muscle tone in there, but we're not exercising those muscles on a regular basis. The muscles decrease in size, which is called atrophy. And that happens. So if you are working out, you're becoming really muscular, and then you just stop, you're going to notice that your muscles start decreasing. So you have to maintain that physique in order to keep your muscles the same size. Now, isotonic and isometric are going to be different changes in muscle tension based on how the muscles move. And you probably heard of these in relation to exercise. Isotonic means equal tension. Iso means equal, like isosceles triangle. This is a change in muscle length but no change in tension. This is used for movement of your body and moving objects. And there's two types of isotonic muscle contraction. The first one is called concentric. This is where the muscle shortens and pulls on another structure via a tendon. And we know that tendons are going to be connected to our bones. So if we want to lift up something with our biceps actually shortens since the bicep is inserted on the radius and ulna down on the forearm. Those are going to pull on those bones, and it causes, as the muscle shortens, it allows us to pick up something. We move an object up. So when we flex something, that is a concentric isotonic movement. But we have to have movement of the object in order to be considered isotonic. So the tension is the same, but an object is moving. So this relates to the angle of the joint reduces. And this is due to basically a system of levers. So we would have a fulcrum point, we would have a load, we would have some resistance. So a lot of physics is going to be applied here. The other type is called eccentric. Here, the muscle lengthens, but is still contracting. This is where the angle of the joint increases. We still have tension. So this is related to a lot of exercise machines or free weights, where if you flex and you're maybe doing bicep curls and you're moving the weights up when you're flexing the muscle, but then you are relaxing, but that weight is still there and the joint angle is getting a little bit bigger, but you still have that tension. Your muscle is still contracting, but it's lengthening. So this is a lot of tension on that muscle. This is more prone to injuries. So they're basically opposite, but we do have equal tension. So this is the bicep curl as you are reducing the angle, and this is going back to the original movement while the muscle is lengthening but still contracting, and the angle increases. Isometric means equal measure. There is no movement, but we have varying degrees of tension. But the muscle length is constant. That doesn't mean you are not exercising with isometric. So if I go up to a door frame and I push with both of my arms on the sides of it, my muscles are contracting, but I don't have any movement. Yoga relies on a lot of isometrics. You remain in a pose, those muscles are really getting a workout, but you're really not moving a lot. So you have probably done a lot of these different types of exercises, and they do work to build muscle. and maintain not only muscle tension, but muscle tone.